Hello, girls, guys, or otherwise. This is Rich with your Tarot Talk Tuesday. So I am, as you can see, pre-recording this while I'm on my 2-week trip down in Dover. Whenever this actually airs is the last day that actually no, the day that this airs, I will already be back up in New Jersey. So my time down here was productive. We're going to say yes because that's the plan, and I've only been here for 2 days. Got to be here for 15. So, anyway, I'm, like I said, pre-recording this. You're going to see a lot of videos with this in the background. Just ignore that. I also tried to work the lighting situation as best as possible, so... But I will have already explained all of this on a Witchy Wednesday video, so y'all probably already know all this. Anyway, let's go ahead and get on into today's card. We're talking about the Seven of Pentacles, and at the very end of the video, I'm going to do the Patreon and all the plugs and all that. So, anyway, for the grandest of traditions that we have here for our Tarot Talk Tuesday, we read the Pictorial Key of the Tarot by A.E. Waite, which reads, "A young man leaning on his staff looks intently at 7 pentacles attached to a clump of greenery on his right. One would say that these were his treasures and that his heart was there." Divinatory meanings. These are exceedingly contradictory. In the main, it is a card of money, business, barter, but one reading gives altercation, quarrels, and another innocence, ingenuity, purgation. It's really small print, sorry. Reversed, cause for anxiety regarding money which it may be proposed to lend. I don't like this is such a weird meaning for this. Let's get rid of them. Go away. Wait. Thank you. Let's make this bigger. Thank you. Okay. So from my notes here, the Seven of Pentacles is putting in time and energy now for longer term rewards and have a strong desire to invest in suitable results. I do apologize. You also want to make sure that you are putting your attention on the right areas instead of wasting time and effort on tasks that will never deliver any value. This is the type where, in order to get your mind thinking along these lines, this individual who is tending to this bush and everything, or has apparently probably tended to this bush for quite a while, is looking on the fruits of his labor and watching them grow. Let me just go ahead and turn that off because I'm getting glare of the TV in the background. It was on mute and everything. I have it there. It's a thing. Anyway, he is, or she, they are tending to this bush and putting in the work, the effort into growing this harvest of pentacles on this bush. So they've put their attention onto the right things in order to make it grow. Make sure that you are paying attention to that whenever this card comes up. Where you put your attention is where things will hopefully grow. Make sure that you're putting your attention on the right things. Step back from the day-to-day operations and look at the bigger picture. Celebrate what you have created and assess your progress so far. This is, excuse me for a second, this is a card that, you step back. This individual is obviously stepping back, looking at where they have gotten so far and how much further they have to go. We're not really sure. We're not sure how big a pentacle bush gets, but they are watching the progress. Maybe they're taking stock of what they have done to get to where they are and how much further they have to go. They are taking note of this in their brain thing and making sure that it is it is done correctly and that they are tending to the correct things that need tended to. This card encourages you to take a long-term view and assess where you can best invest your time and energy for the maximum output. This is the 80-20 rule. You put, and I always get this rule confused or mixed up. It's 80% of, or 20% of your efforts go toward, or anyway, it's the 80-20 rule. And I've never really understood it because that's not how my brain thinks. But it's kind of like you put the most effort where it's going to do the biggest impact. So yeah, anyway, just ignore the 80-20 rule because yeah, I get confused on that. Anyway, if somebody can explain this in like layman's terms where, yeah, you know what? Let's look this up because I'm getting confused and wrapped around the axle here. 80-20 rule is the Pareto principle, is a phenomenon that states that roughly 80% of outcomes come from 20% of causes, which does not tell me anything extra, but let's go. Let's move on. It can indicate frustration with slow results. So in other words, if you're putting the attention towards the wrong things, you're getting very slow results, nothing's coming to fruition. You have been laboring away at something important, and you may feel concerned that your efforts will go unrewarded. Be patient and appreciate the progress you have made so far. In other words, sometimes things take a lot of time to work, sometimes things just happen, and let's not jump to any pity parties a little too soon, because we don't want to do that. If your work is not yet paid off as planned, remember that your expectations may be unreasonable. So maybe you have an unrealistic view of what this bush of yours is supposed to look like. Maybe it doesn't sprout pentacles. Maybe it sprouts, yeah, roses or something. I don't know. But maybe you have the wrong envisioning of what is actually supposed to be there. And sometimes having that wrong vision completely skews everything else. But whenever you align yourself to here's the game plan and here's actually what it's supposed to do and how we're supposed to get there, that everything kind of starts falling into place and it kind of connects kind of like that. And it just continues growing and growing after the vision is finally set on what it should be. So I hope that makes sense. Let's take a minute and look at, hold on here, the reversed. Reverse suggests your efforts may be scattered at this time and you are questioning whether you are investing in the right areas. This is something that I do quite often. Am I putting the right emphasis in the right areas to get the maximum results? And this is something that I think we should all take time to sit back and reflect on stuff like this, because it makes sure that you still know your goal. If you know your goal and you know where you're going and you have that game plan laid out, it makes everything a lot easier. Let's see. Examine where you are investing your time and energy and resources, and make sure that you are satisfied with the current progress and receiving a return on those investments. This also suggests that even though you may continue to invest a lot of energy in your specific situation, you may not reap the rewards you are looking for. Prioritize your activities carefully. Take stock of what you still need to get where you want to be. So again, this is about stepping back, especially if this comes in a reversed situation. Look at the cards surrounding it. Does this look more like you have already put your and this is also goes for the positioning in the reading. If it's in the future, obviously we would not read that in the past. We would use future tense for that. If it is in the present tense, then be careful where you're putting your energy and where you're allowing your efforts to go, because you don't want wasted efforts. Trust me, it sucks. Let's see, what else do I have here? This can also show you uh, that you know when to stop investing in something when you see little return. Some people are inclined to keep toughing it out just because they spent time, energy, or money and don't want to admit defeat. This is something that I kind of had to do whenever closing the antique store. Is, for one, there was a situation there where it wasn't exactly healthy mentally to be there. Oh, I do apologize. It wasn't healthy mentally for me to be there. I could not be there physically. I was running myself ragged. Um, and at some point in time, and plus with COVID and everything, at some point in time, you just got to know when to cut bait and, take it up as a loss. Um, Especially if we're talking business, sometimes this happens in business. We need to know when we need to just say enough is enough. And if this is coming up in a reading, that's something I would consider. Is what I'm putting effort towards, is it done? Has it served its purpose? And if it hasn't served its purpose, did it really have a good purpose? Is it something that needs to continue to, um, is it a beast that needs to be continually fed? Because if you're feeding the beast and not getting the results, then obviously something is not working. In a relationship reading, if it's in reverse, it indicates that you have been working very hard on laying out the foundations for your relationship, but now worry that you will lose it all. Sometimes you can pour your heart and soul into something that comes with no guarantees. Um, yeah, I think back to an ex of mine. I put in time, effort, money, and whatnot, and I ended up basically getting ghosted before it was really being ghosted. Actually, no, I think that just became a term around that point, but yeah, it had just become a thing, and yeah, I'm like, what's going on? You got my money, you got some really good times, and then you just beat feet on out of the relationship. What the hell? And that's whenever I kind of learned, okay, we need to take things a lot slower than doing everything all at once. So yeah, that was a major lesson for me on that one. And if that comes up in a relationship reading, especially if this comes up in reverse for a relationship reading, consider that this might be the time that you might want to say, okay, my efforts are best spent elsewhere. Continuing to spend them in this place, in this time, in this position that I'm in, is only going to cause me, heartache. It's going to cost me time and effort and energy, and at the end of the day, I'm just going to be miserable anyway. Um, so, just cut ties and make it a clean break. Um, I mean, of course, we have free will to change this if it's a future tense type of reading. So do keep that in mind, that nothing is ever set in stone. So with that, that's all that I have for the Seven of Pentacles. Let's make that upright again. Nope, that didn't do it. Here we go. Okay, so there we go. If you agree or disagree, let me know in the comments down below. And I'm going to flip this over to Rich in the future, who is going to tell you about how you can support this channel and the work that we do on this channel. And by we, I mean me. And how you can support the Christo-Pagan Church and all that stuff. So, Rich in the future, here you go. Okay, if you like the content on this video, please consider becoming a patron on Patreon. Thank you to Linda and Sophia for being patrons on Patreon. they have contributed uh, to making our Christo-Pagan church the best that it can be whenever we can actually start producing those videos here on YouTube. If you would like to also become a founder for the Christo-Pagan church here on YouTube, hit the link down below for Patreon for as little as $5 a month. I don't do it per video, I do it per month. For as little as $5 per month, you do get access to videos early, all that good stuff. If you'd like to support me as an individual and support this channel, you can hit up the eBay link down below. That gets you something tangible. Do ask about discounts on eBay and whatnot. So you can get something at a good price, something that you want. Other ways that you can support this channel, if you do not have the financial means to do so, you can hit the subscribe button right down there. You can hit that bell notification. You can hit that thumbs up or thumbs down button. It all appeases the algorithmic gods of YouTube. Also, consider leaving a comment if you agree or disagree with anything in this video. And remember that if it is safe for you to do so, to share this on your social media platforms. Until next time, may you have love, hugs, and ladybugs. Bye.